what they do, and I go, man, I just hope that I'm as good as parents as they are one day. I want to be that type of person and have an impact like they do in their kids' lives. And he's done some great things up in the Northeast, and obviously he made it here, and you know, it's like planes, trains, automobiles, snow, sleet, hurricanes, blizzards, whatever happens, he's here. And so he's going to share with you guys a little bit about Agel Cares, because one of the things that's so unique about the business is that, yes, there's a fantastic income opportunity with our business, but also there's a fantastic thing that we all have the opportunity to be part of to really help people, right? And Agel Cares, I'm not going to steal his thunder. He's going to share with you guys, some of you that are brand new that aren't familiar with that, he's going to share exactly what that is and how you have the opportunity to be part of it. So without further ado, please help me welcome up from Staten Island, New York, Mr. Ross Decker.
Yes, I made it. We weren't sure. So, and I want to clear up, we're going to do this right now to clear up any confusion. And thank you for that proper introduction. We are Staten Island. This is our Sandy Yellow team. This is our hurricane relief team out of Staten Island. We are Staten Island. So I wanted to talk to you about a couple of things. And so many of you have heard Catherine's flex story. I've got to tell it a couple of times, and I'm not going to tell it tonight. You know, you've all heard it enough. And once Randy Gage tells that story verbatim on this stage at Agile World, you know, you got to get another hit. You can't play it anymore. You got to retire that one. So, just to give you a little bit of background, we're from New York. We build in New York, and I'm a small business owner. About 14 years ago, I started a pest control firm in Manhattan, and it was great. I did it with $10,000 I borrowed from my grandma. How perfect is that? You know, American dream right there. Money from grandma. And it got off to a great start, and it got to the point where I was able to hire my dad away from his job and come work with me. You know, I needed a grown-up. I needed a grown-up face for it. Like, come on, Dad, come do this with me. And it was great, and we had built this business in a condensed area in Lower Manhattan. And then 9/11 came, and 9/11 crushed our business in that one day because the tourism went away and people stopped going to hotels and going to restaurants. We lost a whole bunch of business. So what did we do? We just kept throwing more money at it to keep this thing afloat. We had a couple of employees at that time. We stopped paying ourselves just to make sure that, you know, these guys were getting paid. And it got really bad. And I remember a time that Kat, you know, eventually she came to me and she said, why don't we have any money? And I had not been upfront with her about what was going on in the business. That was my business. I kept it my business. And she says, why don't we have any money? And I said, well, I haven't paid myself in 8 months. And you can't survive like that. We broke IRAs and, you know, we second mortgage and put equity to, you know, keep this business going. It just got so bad. And this is also at the same time that she was having her surgery and she got laid off. And we were surviving on $104, and you can't last with that. And somebody called me out of the blue and they said, do you keep your income options open? The cliche. They hit me with the cliche, and I might as well have, you know, typed back in caps with exclamation points, yes! Yes, I keep my income options open. And we got to watch a video called The Agile Phenomenon. And, you know, you hear stories of, you know, people who watch the video or they look at the tool and right away they know it's for them, right? They sign right up. Well, that was me. That was Kat and I. We watched that video, 37 minutes. 12 minutes into the video, Catherine turned to me and she said, you're doing this. We're doing this, and I don't care what you have to do to get that $1,000. We're doing this. So I am so glad that that person put me on a list. And they didn't stop there. They put me on the list. They got me in front of the tool. They properly followed up, because I got to tell you, How long do you think it took me to come up with $1,000? I knew I wanted to do the business, but it took a long time, and they never gave up on me. They kept right on top of me, and eventually got me into the business. We have been so enriched by our experience and our association with Agile, and it goes way, way beyond finances. You know, we've been impacted financially, spiritually, physically with Cat's Back, physically. The people that we've been able to get around and the rooms that we've been allowed to sit in with the people that are also in that room, all of you, that it's just been such a tremendous experience. So this all kind of came full circle for me with Hurricane Sandy. What happened was early in October, Jeff Higginson shoots me a text and he says, if I come to New York, can you put together a meeting for me? Yeah, CEO of the company wants to come and do a meeting for me? Absolutely. So we jumped right on it. We went right to work on putting this meeting together. And then there was a hurricane, October 29th. I was so sure there wasn't going to be a hurricane that I scheduled an ABB for that night. And people on the team were like, you're crazy, there's going to be a hurricane. No, it's not going to be a hurricane. Don't worry about it. There won't be a problem. We're going to have an ABB. Turns out, yeah, there was a hurricane. We didn't have our ABB. We lost power for us. We were lucky about 48 hours. And I was so mad that we lost power for 48 hours. It's like the worst thing ever. You can't charge your phone. You can't go on Facebook. But then the lights came back on, and we went out and we saw like a big branch fell in our front yard. And again, we're taking pictures, and you know, I would say we're being jerks about it. We're like, oh, look at this big branch. Oh, Sandy, you're terrible. But then we saw the news, and we saw how the whole shore had just been decimated. And you know, had to go back and now take stuff off Facebook. But we just could not believe it. It wasn't another country. This didn't happen in a third world country. This didn't happen, you know, in Tornado Alley. This was New York City. It grind to a halt. Gas lines, food shortages. 200 people died. Not 10 minutes from my house. We were so lucky. And, you know, it was my dad. I was supposed to go to Mastermind that weekend, and my flight got canceled. And I was angry about it, and I wanted to sit home and pout because I didn't get to go to Mastermind because of a hurricane. And then you see real suffering. And my father says, you know, you stayed behind for a reason. Now you have to go out and figure out a way to help people. So we started at one end of Staten Island. We started demoing houses and helping them clean up. And eventually we found our way to Midland Beach, which was really one of the hardest hit areas. So I just wanted to show you a video, and then I'll talk a little bit more.
Upon us, one befalls onto another one. You'll see, you'll get what you need. We don't let our brothers drown amongst the wreckage or fall down upon their knees. We're family, and we brought this place to life with blistered hands and sacrifice. Oh yeah, we still believe, we still believe in faith. She gutted out our insides, left us crippled, lying face down in the sand. But we'll come back, we'll spring to life. We don't take these things for granted, and but for a few of us, we all survived. Our family, our family, our family. We've loved and lost together. Our paths are tied forever. Well, let's give 'em hell and make things right. Our fathers, daughters, and our mothers' sons, we will always do what we have always done. Carry on, oh, carry on, oh, carry on, oh, carry on, oh, carry on. Carry on, come on. We'll always do what we've always done. Rebuild what's ours and soldier on. As our mother's daughters and father's sons, will always do what we've
So, the donations and the love that we got from our Agel family, from so many of you in this room, Tony and Sarah, so generous with us. Ann and David drove in from Pennsylvania. Brian and Deb Bodenhammer, the first weekend that we were out there, they drove through the night to come work the relief table with us. It just unbelievable. So 2 weeks go by and we're still, doing this work, and we're still thinking, like, how are we going to be able to bring Jeff in spite of, all of this disaster? Like, how do we show the business now? And we had looked at it a whole bunch of ways, and finally I had to make the call. And I called Jeff and I said, hey, listen, I'm really sorry, but I don't see how we can show the opportunity. I can't figure out a way where we can serve people and then say, all right, now come take a look at our business. It just didn't feel right. And he said, Ross, I totally understand that. I'm still coming, but now I'm going to come with Agel Cares. We're going to come with the company credit card, and we're going to come with the big check, and you will tell us, you and Kat, tell us where the need is, what's needed, and we'll just go buy it, right then. So while we were waiting for this day to come, and Jeff and the local team and some other people to come, these donations were coming in, and that let us continue to run that little Dances with Wolves relief site that you saw in the video. And people were saying, oh, this is great, this is so wonderful that you got these donations. And I just kept saying, wait till my company gets here. This is great, but wait till Agel Cares gets here. It's going to blow your mind. Sure enough, that day, I go and I pick up Jeff and Abby, and we meet the rest of the team on Staten Island, and we go into Lowe's, and we buy heaters, and generators, and propane, and little cooking stoves, and pickaxes, and crowbars, thousands of dollars. And I went to David Feinstein, and I said, they're going to give us 30% off because it's a charity. And he goes, I'll handle this. As if to say, grown-ups are here. So he goes, get the store manager over, bring the store manager over here. And he gets 40%, You know, he gets them to go 40%. We go across the parking lot now, and then we go to Kohl's department store, because now we're gonna buy socks and underwear and towels and blankets. And you have to think, it's been weeks. It's been like 2.5 weeks, and people don't have, they've lost everything except the clothes on their back. So they're wearing the same clothes for days and days and days. So we go there, and we just get carts piled, you know, as high as they could. And again, I said, now, David, I know the person here, and they've been giving us 30%. And he goes, and he goes right up to the manager and goes, I want you to give me 50 because of what we're doing. And they're like, oh, I don't know if we can do 50. They're like, well, we'll give you 30, and then we'll give you the friends and family discount. So if you add that together, that's 50. Dave turns to me, I got 50. So we went out to our relief site, and we gave out all of this stuff, and people were so grateful, and I was so grateful. And we got to see Agel Cares, and you know, you hear about building schools and the surgeries that we're able to do, but you never think that it's going to come to you, come back to you. And it came back to me, and it came back to Kat, and it came back to Staten Island. And we're out there every day, and people are saying, what is Agel Cares? Why are you here every day? How are you able to be out here every day? Don't you have a job? You know, how are you able to do this? And I think we did this because these were our neighbors. But you all did this because we're family. So thank you so much, and please let there never be a question. Kat and Ross are Agel. We are Agel Cares. Thank you so much.
Yeah.